everyone, I'm Agymah and this is my world. Thank you for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to ask this question. Are black women responsible for black men dating outside their race? So, I know a lot of people are going to come at me with this one, but this is my opinion, and I want also hear back from you guys and you ladies too. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, this is my take. This is my opinion. Okay, and I'm not saying all black women. I know it's not all black women, but this is my opinion. I think they play they do play a role in why black men are going outside the race and and marrying and dating other women. Because like for me, like I dated a lot. From high school on, just like I dated a lot of women. Okay, of all races and stuff. And the sad thing, and again, not all the black women I've met, but the majority that I did meet and go out on a date with, they always had a tendency to take advantage of the situation if you were taking them out. They're always like wanting to go to that restaurant that they probably didn't even go to or haven't been to. Or even if they've been to that restaurant, they will order the most expensive dinner. And I don't understand that. When you're saying that you're into somebody and you want to get to know someone, and you're like, you want to be treated like a queen, you want to go to the best restaurant, or you're going to go to a restaurant and you're going to order the most expensive food. I mean, I remember situations where I used to really get sick of taking ladies out, and they would order steak or lobster or whatever, and couldn't even finish it, and just play with it and just leave it there. And I'll be like, "Oh, you're gonna take that home?" Oh no, I don't want it. I really didn't like it. I mean, like, I've been on a lot of dates like that, and it was a turn off. I find that that a lot of ladies, it's just like one of those things where they feel that, like, I'm a queen and you have to do this for me. And I have a problem with that. I don't have to do anything but stay black, pay my taxes, and die. Okay? So I don't even like when I hear women acting like they're a queen and I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to be opening the door. I mean, I know how to be a gentleman. You don't have to tell me how I'm supposed to be how I'm supposed to be a man or what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay? I'm the man. I know how to be the man. I know how to be respectful. Okay? I just want to see a lot of these young ladies, because everybody's always talking about being independent and all that stuff. Okay, so when you go out to dinner, why don't you, if I'm paying for dinner, why don't you leave a tip? I mean, I don't know of many black women have actually done that. And when I do run across a lady like that, I'm always impressed, because I remember my ex-wife, she was like that. Like whenever we went out, she was like, okay, well, let me get you this. I'll pay for the movie. Okay, let me buy the popcorn. I'll pay for dinner. Okay, well, let me leave the tip, or let me pay for the dessert. I mean, like, that's how it should be. You shouldn't be digging in a guy's pocket and then playing mind games, seeing how much you can get from him. Come on. This is crazy. Okay, so I think that's why a lot of black men are getting fed up with meeting women like that. And it's unfortunate that a lot of our women are like that. I mean, there's women who got good jobs and stuff that are, again, have that entitlement. I mean, I know I've met ladies, and I mentioned this before in one of my other videos, who actually made more than me, but yet they were digging in my pocket and ordering the most expensive food. And then they'll be like, oh, well, I don't need a man. I can do this. I can come here anytime I want to. I can just, what's saying stuff like that? Okay? So, that's why a lot of men are getting fed up with being used, because I know I can go out with women from other races and stuff. And I'm always blown away when they're like, oh, yo, we can just go for a walk. Let's go walk around the park and stuff. Or, because a good example, I met an Asian young lady one time. Beautiful Asian young lady. And I was like, yo, let's get together and do something. She was like, yeah, sure. And she was like, oh, you know what would be great? She wanted to go to this little restaurant. And I was like, okay, so I'm thinking that she wanted to do something like a really nice restaurant. She picked this really inexpensive restaurant. It's a nice restaurant here in Jamaica Plains called The Real Deal. And she was just happy being there. And I was like surprised, really surprised by that. And then afterwards, I was like, yeah, so what do you want to do now? She goes, yeah, we can go for a walk. And we walked around Jamaica Pond and we talked and stuff. And, had a really good time. But it seems like the majority of the time when you're talking to a sister from the States that grew up here in the States, they're going to try to dig in your pockets. Not all of them, but a lot of them are going to try to dig in your pockets. Okay? And what made me feel really sad about this, and what made me think a lot about this, was that I was having conversations not too long ago with my sons. I'm close with both of my sons. And something hit me. This was like a while back when my son said this to me. My youngest son, who's like 19 years old right now. And he said to me, he said, Dad, I want to tell you something about my date and stuff. He had went on a date. He was like in the 5th grade at the time, so this was a long time ago. And he said, Dad, I really didn't understand this. These black girls in my class. And I was like, oh, so what happened? And he says, well, it was at a school dance. And he's a really nice kid who's really like well known and stuff. And I'm not saying he's really, really popular, but everybody knows him because he's a nice kid. And so he knew all the girls and stuff in his class and was friendly with everybody. And so he's at this dance, school dance. And so he sees these 4 African American girls that were in his class or that he knew. So he goes up to one. He goes, hey, can I have this dance? And she says, no. She turns him down. Says it's okay. So he goes to the second one. And she says, no, Samir, I don't want to dance. And so now he's feeling a little uneasy. So he goes, okay. He goes to the third one. Says, no, Samir, I don't want to dance. So now he's really feeling bad. So my son goes to the 4th girl and said, can I have a dance? And she goes, no, Samir, I don't want to dance. And then they all just laughed in his face and walked away. And my son said he felt so low, he could just crawl under a rock. He just wanted to go home. And I felt bad for my son when he said that. And then he said he looked over. He was thinking about leaving, but then he looked over and he saw his friends standing off to the side. They wasn't dancing, so he went over to talk to them. And they all said to him, oh, so you couldn't get a dance either. He says, nah. So he was standing there. He didn't tell me how many of his friends, but I guess it was a couple of them. They was all just standing there. And so my son said he was thinking about what I had said to him at one time. Don't let anybody steal your joy. If you go out, always try to make sure you have a good time, even if you're by yourself. So he said he started thinking about that, because for a while he was still thinking about going home, but he started thinking about what I said to him. So finally, this song came on, his favorite song. So he started dancing next to his boys, and then he goes out on the floor, and his friends were like, "Oh, Samir, like, what's up with you? Are you crazy? Going out there dancing on the floor by yourself?" He goes, "Hey, I'm gonna do what my father said to me. I'm not gonna let anybody steal my joy, and I'm gonna have fun. I paid to get in here. I'm gonna have fun. If I gotta dance by myself, So my son's all dancing by himself and stuff. And he says to me, and he was really excited, I'll never forget this. He said, Dad, you will not believe this. And I said, what? He goes, Dad, I'm telling you the truth, you will not believe me. He said, the most popular girl in the whole school that everybody was crazy about, who happened to be a white girl, came running out across the gymnasium floor, and everybody was watching, and she ran up to my son and said, Samir, can I please dance with you? I love the way you dance. And my son said, he looked at her and said, me? She was like, yeah, I love the way you dance. Can I dance with you, please? And so he goes, yeah, sure. And they danced the whole night. He said he had a good time. They went to get some soda or Kool-Aid or something. She brought him a drink. He brought her a drink. And I'm like, whoa. I was like so happy. I was so happy for my son. He goes, man, everybody was watching. He goes, she ran past all the popular boys in the school and she came up to me. And everybody was just standing there looking. And I was like, that's good, man. I'm telling you, man, you never know what's going to happen. I said, don't let nobody steal your joy. He goes, yeah, Dad, I'm glad I stayed. I had such a good time. All my friends were just standing there looking, and they have nobody to dance with. And I just looked at them, and I was dancing and having a good time, and she was having a good time. And I was like, good, man, good for you. And that made me think like, man, that's messed up. 4 black girls that he knew from his class rejected him and laughed in his face. So what kind of message do you think they sent to him? You know what kind of message they sent to him. And to this day, I know how my son still feels about that. And as far as my oldest son, you know, we started talking. I'm trying to find out. I want to be sure he's not going to make me a grandfather, because I'm not a grandfather yet, okay? And I hope it's going to be no time soon, because my daughter doesn't have any kids. Thank God she doesn't have any kids right now. She's not married either and stuff. But talking to my son, he's 22 years old. My 22-year-old son, he was telling me how when he... even now when he dates, a lot of the black girls that he know, they're always wanting to go somewhere in some expensive place to eat. They're always waiting to be invited, okay? Because they're not going to come out their pocket, okay? They're going to go and they're going to get the most expensive food they can get and eat as much as they can. And I can recall one story my son telling me was that he was so fed up with always just coming out of his pocket all the time, and these young black ladies, the young black girls not offering to do anything. And so he said one time he had met this white girl. She was from Spain. Beautiful. He said she was real beautiful, and she liked him. So they was talking about getting together and going out. And so they went out, and he paid, and she ended up taking him to the movie, and she paid. And he said that just being with her and the time that he dated her, he said it just felt different. Everything was different, because when she called and was talking about going out or on a date, or he called and talked about dating, she didn't have a problem with paying for things. And sometimes when he would meet her, she would bring his favorite foods and stuff, or they would meet somewhere. She would come up and bring all kinds of stuff that he liked, or she would make things that he liked. And he said it was different. It was really different. She really went out her way to buy things and give things to him. If he mentioned something that he liked, like he said, he had these muffins that he really liked. And so if she was going to come by the house and stuff, she would go and pick up some of those muffins and do things like that. And you don't find many black women that do that. I'm not saying there's not any. There are some, but it's rare. So, what kind of message you think that's being sent to my son? Okay, so my son already knows. Both of them already know that foreign women are different from black American women as far as the way they're being treated. And also, which my sons never really said anything, and I used to see tension in their faces and stuff whenever they would be like always with their mother, okay, and be over at their grandmother's house, and then when my sons would come home with their mother, I would see them stress out. And a lot of times I really didn't understand. And they slowly started talking to me. But now that they're adults, they're talking more. And I realized the aunts were like always saying negative things. Negative things about black men. All the time that my sons were there. Right in front of my sons. My sons were young. 7 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old, 12. Always saying negative things about their boyfriends and black men, how black men are this. And my son's always hearing this stuff. Almost every day. What kind of message you think they were sending to my son? Okay? I mean, these were like black women who were like mangoes. I mean, built really well. My sisters-in-laws were built really well. And one of them had, I think it was like 4 or 5 kids by different men. And the other had one kid. And they like, a lot of times they would be with a guy for a while. And the sad thing, as soon as they got pregnant, the guy was moving on. Okay, so I saw that a lot. And I didn't realize my sons was hearing so much negativity. They never said anything. I just saw attention. I just saw the stress and everything all in their face when they came home. But now they feel more comfortable talking about their aunts and stuff. So that's also one of the reasons why young black men and men in general are going and dating outside the race because mothers, the aunts, saying all this negative stuff, got this attitude that's just pushing black men away. And I don't want to hear that crap. You must not be a strong black man. That's crazy. I got to think about my mental health. I got to think about me. I got to look out for me. If you got issues, man, I ain't got time for you. No man should have time for you. You know, why I want to be with a nut and stuff? You're going to tell me I'm not a strong black man if I can't deal with your attitude. Yo, save it. I don't need it. Because I know for damn sure you wouldn't want to be with some crazy person always in your face arguing with you. And if you was happy with that, then something's wrong with you. Okay, so this is my take. This is my opinion on how I feel about what's going on between us. You know, black men and black women. It's the women. The women play a major role in this also. Not all women. Let me say that again. Not all black women. But a lot of you are also playing a role in this. Okay, guys, please write me. Ladies, you can write me and, give me your opinion and stuff too. I appreciate you. Agymah's World. Don't forget to comment, like, and of course, subscribe. Take care, guys. Peace.